Right, this is a bit of a different one. A customer came in and asked if we could take some old clothing, some old shirts, and turn them into scatter cushions. So I just thought I'd show you these before they're collected. Sorry I didn't have time to show you the shirts before we started cutting them, but I can guess you know what a shirt looks like. So here we go. Here's a shirt that now looks like a scatter cushion. This one has buttons down the front of it. It's actually that way up. We've stitched down the button seam just to close it so it doesn't gape when it's got the fill in it. We're using feather and down fills, good for hugging. I suppose you could call them memory cushions. This one's even got the hole in the top still. Here's another shirt with a pocket. And last one is this one. A motorcycle fan. So there you go. All done, ready to go back to the customer or be collected by the customer. Something a bit unusual, but it's not uncommon for us to get unusual requests here. So there you go. Something different for today. So what's going on in the workshop? Well, at the moment, as always, we're busy. Myself and my colleague are cracking on. Let's have a quick walk around and see what we're up to today. Right, here's a chair from the hospital. There's a pair of them. This one's in the process of being recovered. The finished one is down here that goes with it. We have a large blue chair, the black one which we repaired, it's talked about in the previous video. We have the pair of Georgian style buttoned back chairs for the customer. Here's the other one here. That's going to have a plain back in it. It's been done in the fabric, which I've shown you on the previous one. So that needs to be getting on with. We've had to drop what we were doing to get on with the hospital stuff. That takes priority over other stuff. Pair of wing chairs there, ripped up, ready to go back together. That's the two-seater that goes with the leather one. Again, we need to get on with that as soon as possible. Lovely little tub chair here that's been done in this fabric that you can see. I think that's going to look lovely when it's done. And some conservatory furniture cushions. And the pair of tub chairs, which are going to be done in black. Made a start on cutting them and sewing them, as you can see here. So I need to crack on with that. So busy as usual. You never know what's going to come in. As I've shown you in the previous clip, and we get some weird and wonderful requests. We'll always do our best to try and oblige if we can. So let's crack on. Right, as you can see here, these are the panels that make up the back of the top chair here. So we've got a centre panel, left hand panel number 1, and left hand panel number 2. These are duplicated on the opposite side, so there's 5 panels for each back. Then you've got the outside backs, which I've cut previously, and there's 3 panels on them. These have a little bit of fly down the bottom here, and then fly right the way around the bottom. I refer to it as fly. Don't ask me why, but it's just a bit of cloth that's not going to be seen that we use to extend it to save using the actual main body cloth. Scrap, if you want to call it it, not that there's any scrap, it all gets used. So I'll get this sewn up, and then we'll get on and show putting the inside back on the chair. Right, as you can probably hear, turned it off now. We're just heating up the vinyl for this tub chair. It's not particularly cold today, but it does help soften this particular vinyl up to make it more pliable and easier to get on. inside back off because the seat needs to go in. So I'm just going to temporarily fix the inside back. It won't come out entirely clean at this point until we finish it off properly, but it holds everything in place, which then allows us to get the seat in, which is next. So a few cuts, a few tucks, and then I'll be on with the seat. These creases will all come out when I pull it off properly, and staple this fly that we talked about earlier in the video off. But next, at this point, is to do the seat cushion itself. These cuts that I'm going to make in the fly here, from here to here, to allow it to tuck down the inside edge of the cushion, really stapled off. Cutting up to the stitching, but not through the stitching. Cut through the stitching, then it can come apart. able to get this seat in. So that's why we don't finish the back off previously. But we don't put the seat in first because it makes it difficult to. We don't put the seat in first, sorry, because it makes it difficult to put the back in. Bear in mind this seating is for contract usage, so the level of finish and the fact that we're recovering and reproducing somebody else's work isn't as high as I would personally like, but it's more a function over form when we're doing stuff like this. And we are limited by we are recovering or reproducing somebody else's work. I would not do this manner of way normally if I was producing something for the public. now just about to put some tension into the back. Now we've sewn off the staple the fly off on the seat. Finish it back up on the inside here. Put some tension in. Any upholsterer will tell you you always run out of staples at the wrong time. So as you can see, a little bit of the wrinkles have now gone on the inside back here. We've yet to pull it on the outside back over this way. That will clean it up a bit more. So let's do that next. First off, I'm going to finish this edge on the facing because then it has a panel that comes along here. Here is a web strainer. We also use it for pulling fabric. Just allows you to grip it and give it the right pull. So I'm pulling it first points are on the stitch seam. Different materials work in different ways. Fabric, you layer fabric on and pull it as far as the pattern dictates. Certainly with checks, stripes, things like that, you don't want to distort the pattern. So fabrics are trickier than vinyls and leathers, because with vinyls and leathers you haven't got the pattern to worry about, or some vinyls and leathers do come with patterns, but the majority of them are plain. But you do need to pull vinyls and leathers a lot tighter for some reasons. The first one I can think of is temperature change. You put a vinyl leather sofa into a warm house, then it softens up and it can look baggy. As you can see, we soften the vinyl up in this case to make it more pliable. And that can happen when it goes into the properties, so we need to put tension in it from the start. So the front border to do last, well, second last, then the bottom, and then the feet get reattached. I'll cut the front border. In this case, the front border is back tacked along this edge here, so it does hit staples, and then simply pulled over the front border and just folded on these two edges as it was done originally. types of backtacking strip. This one I'm using here is a vulcanized cardboard. It just allows us to staple closely up to this edge and keep a nice straight crisp line along there to pull the fabric over onto. Again, simply just folding this edge under here without attaching it isn't necessarily how I would ideally do it. I'd want to fix that edge down with another form of backtacking strip as a metal claw. I'll show you that here. This one will staple along this edge here, and then this collapses down over it with the cover in it to create a nice clean fixed edge. Or we have another one here which you'll probably see more often, which is just folded around and then nailed in with its barbed nails already attached. But the way this was originally manufactured was in this manner, so we're going to stick to that format. We're not here to improve on what they've already got. So that's front border on, just need the bottom cloth and the feet attached. You don't really need to see me do that, just stand it up. So there it is, done. One more of these to do, and then they can go back to the customer with their other bits tomorrow, once I've put the bottom on. I hope this has been informative and help you have a little bit more of an understanding of what we have to do and time that's involved. You may think that it's straightforward, but I've got 35 plus years experience doing this. But have a go yourself, you'll find out.